We're live, I think. Yeah, we are. Oh, wow, everybody. Sasha's here.
Hey,
Habitan's here.
there we go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Found Manor League draft. Um, it's brought to you by me, Ryan, Wontu. Just said my real name on stream. Um, Pokey, Jedi, Grinchy, and we have Flame as well on mic. What's up, everybody? Let me
Yo,
take off chat really quick. But we're gonna run through the kind of like the background of the league a little bit. Pokey Jedi. I don't know if you guys want to kind of quickly introduce even what the hell Fountain of Manor is. Let the people know.
yeah, well, what's up, everybody? I'm Jedi, for those of you that don't know me. Me and Pokey have been playing Warcraft for like, I don't know, when did we meet? Like 2004, 2005? Something like that. And we've always had, clans together. And we had a little bit of time in the competitive scene in like 2007, 2008, I think. Just NA stuff. So not too big. But I finally convinced this guy to come back after I don't know how many years of begging him to play again in like at the beginning of Reforged, I guess. And we decided to make Fountain Manor. We've always had clans back in the day, and we just decided to finally make this one. And yeah, now we got this league. I don't know, Pokey, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so yeah, we have League. Okay, so we I wouldn't say the league's anything original. Many people already know of Washed Up League from the past. You know, there is going to be a lot of similarities between it, but that's simply because they already had a pretty good format. Um, we might have slight differences in a couple of the structure points within the league. We are potentially going to be having some groups part of like a division, so like two different groups that would meet in the playoffs type of thing. So let's say they're both 8-person groups. It might be top 4 from both going into the playoffs into like an 8-person playoff. So, but overall, if you've seen Washed Up League, you'll know quite a bit about what this league's about. If you don't, it's essentially going to have um, different MMR brackets for all sorts of players. So that's what we're here for right now, is to separate the players into groups that we find to be as fair as possible. It is, of course, we might get some wrong. Maybe some people should have been up one group or down one group, but you know, we'll try to do our best. We got a lot of people here. We got Twitch chat here. Everyone knows they're never wrong, so feel free to chime in when you can. And yeah, hopefully this goes well.
Yeah, I think Pokey, you cover mostly everything. Ooh, mostly everything. Maybe missing the. I think the only thing missing maybe the maps that we can kind of take a second to talk about. Um, it's a pretty standard map pool that we're going to be using for all the 1v1 stuff. We did decide to drop out, like, and we're not bringing like Twisted Meadows, no Turtle Rock. But I think the bit of uniqueness is Shallow Grave being added. We at least wanted one out of like Shallow Grave, Echo Isles V2, or Shattered Exile. And we decided to go with Shallow Grave because it gets the most play. EI V2 is not in the map pool right now, and we thought it to give a little confusion for people playing games. So we kind of settle on this map pool, but I think it'd be pretty cool. It's a slight little change from kind of like other leagues that don't include Shallow Grave. Be pretty nice. But yeah, I think on that note, that's all really for the rules. Did want to give a quick thank you to all the donators because we are actually at $865 raised so far. Thanks to, I mean, the people on this call. You know, we got me, Jedi, Pokey, but other Fountain Manor members like Eugene, Burrow Rush, also Slay Day Red, and then just some beautiful people out there. Soft Ice Cream, Alter Ego, Link, Waste, Habitant, Buzzkill, all put in some money. So thanks to them. That means we get to have a second, like a starting. We already have $182 going to the next season, which is pretty badass. 682 for this season. with, I believe, Pokey, correct me if I'm wrong, about 40 to 50. I think we were going with 50% for Group A, right?
Um, I would say it'd be easier to know the exact numbers for everything after we get the groups sorted. But our aim is probably having Group A be fairly prestigious in that way. So we want there to be most of the prize pool still dedicated to Group A, but every group will have some portion of the prize pool as well as we can divvy it up. And we are also likely having Group B with a slightly higher than the rest as well, but it'll still be a lot smaller than Group A, of course. Group A is where that's where the big stars are. Of course, we want this league to be fun for everyone, but we also want to, you know, have it be fun for some of the top end players as well. And yeah,
Yeah, Group A is where the money's at.
and and yeah, that's also like as you can see, we have some actual big name signups this season. There's actually quite a full list at the top end. So hopefully, hopefully they all stick around, of course. But yeah, it'll be some good games out there when the season starts getting going.
Yeah, not sure who was kind of paying attention to the intro, but I mean, Hitman is, an A King, but we also have like Spiral, Neutron, and others that joined in. That we'll be trying to figure out if they stay in Group A or they go down to Group B. I guess before we get draft going, anything else, or Grinchy, Flame, you guys want to introduce yourselves or say anything before we hop into it?
Go ahead.
Anything from Flame? No.
No, I'm just here to observe you guys.
All right, let's do this. I'm gonna pop up the draft board, and I will give a little. We'll say that we have been kind of messing around already with the players that we have in the pool to see like kind of what the best groups would be. I believe we're gonna aim for groups of 9 to start. Maybe I originally wanted 8, but 9 is looking a little bit more comfortable to where we're at.
I do think it'd be good for us to check groups of 8 because I think groups of 8 would be nice, but I do think so far it fits better with groups of 9. However, that would mean every week you have 2 best of 3s, so there's no like easy week where you only have 1 best of 3 to schedule. So if people are fine with keeping up with that sort of schedule, then that would be great, of course. But
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think for starters, we kind of just go with the obvious, right? Anybody above 2,000 goes in Group A.
Yeah. Group A and Pokey Group A.
And I get this is the point where it gets a little weird. Like, we can see who's available on the left, right? We got Dirtbag, Danger, Mikael, Say So. Duck is also in the league, who his MMR is not consistent with kind of where it's at right now, which I think is 1830. But anybody.
So yeah, from the rest, it has to be Michael in there, of course, because it's literally Michael, right? Like,
Yeah.
yes, his MMR has tanked recently, but you're not placing Michael in Group B. He's still one of the top undeads in the world. Usually he's placed like second or third Asian undead behind like 120. So
Yeah,
Yep.
I
I
believe
think it's super fair to put him there. He did even start a new account too, so his
We're
MMR
doing
could
groups of 8, right?
aiming
we
for
can definitely look at groups of 8 first and see how it goes. But it did look nice with groups of 9, so we'll keep it in mind at least. If it we can see how people think of it at least, because even right from the start, that's where we can already tell is groups of 8 going to be awkward or not. Because as we go here, I feel like we probably add like Dirtbag into the top
Duck.
One because he's the top human signed up, and two because his MMR is actually really good too.
Yeah, I agree.
But then it's like, there's quite a few other contenders as well. So I mean, honestly,
out, should be Duck, right? To finish it out, if we get the top
yeah.
8 off of
So
that.
I agree. I think although Duck's MMR is of course lower, we all know he's a really good player. He's like top 4 in the last DreamHack, I believe, alongside like Hitman Cruncher and someone else I can't remember, like Kiwikaki probably. I think he made like
Yeah.
top 4 in there last time. His MMR is of course inconsistent, but that's because he may or may not leave games occasionally. So yeah. I believe on his main account, for instance, he started like 0-8 with Undead, and now his record is like 28-9. So he's gone like 28-1 since then. Yeah.
I think DreamHack
But
speaks for itself, kind of like in a
yeah.
way, like the fact that he belongs here.
But see, this is also where it starts getting a little awkward right from the start. Because if this is our group of 8, do we then have like Danger and Say So in the next group down? And how do they match up with them? And if we do as well, like if we had only a group of 8 for group B rather than like 2 groups of 8 that form a larger division of 16 type of thing, if it was only a group of 8, that's like 5 orcs there, which also doesn't fit very well. We don't really want 5 orcs in a group, even if like their MMRs are like that. So this is where it starts looking like a group of 9 could fit better, because if we fit someone like Danger into A, for instance. See, the problem is Seiso gets dropped down to B, but Seiso has also considered agreeing to playing random for the season. And in that aspect, I think he could fit in B.
Well, how about we see kind of how Group B would look like if we just start building it out? And I think this is where we have to start thinking about divisions as well, because honestly, mostly because of this orc issue that we see here.
Like if you just put the next 8 people in, you're looking at orc, and that's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Plus I will say somewhere around the like 1750 to 1850 MMR range has been pretty volatile this season. I've seen people jump up 100, jump down 100 MMR, and then like go right back to where they were.
Yeah.
So it's
I also think so. I just put these 8 here, kind of give us an idea of like what it would look like if we were just going in order. A couple issues come up with orc being one of them, being 5 in this group. Another being, if you look at the next 8, if we were to follow this kind of pattern, there's 4 elves in that next group. And honestly, I don't think it's a big drop off. Maybe from Danger to Paz, let's say. No offense to Paz, but it looks like such a big drop off in terms of like what we're looking. But even if you kind of go in the middle, like Mr. Winner to like, let's say like Lulu or Soul Glider, it's not that big of a drop off. I think it's worth looking into a division here.
I
It's
think
just a matter of
the next 8.
It's just a matter of what where we start it.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like I do feel like Danger in particular could easily be group A instead of B. But that then puts it as, groups of 9, which I mean I'm fine with, but I don't know, it depends what everyone wants. If it's if we think it ends up better for 8.
So what I'm hearing is group of 9 for Group A.
Yeah.
And say
I
so
mean-
would start the next group.
For example, we could look at it again. Like if you put Danger in B and say so, like fill it out with the next, let's say the next 16 people with Danger and say so in the BC combined type group.
Okay, so we're gonna assume that we're gonna have a division, and for those, I guess,
Yeah.
who might have missed kind of us explain what a division would be. A division is essentially 2 separate groups of 8, or around 8, depends really kind of what we go with, and they would face the other. It would be reseeded for the playoffs essentially. So the division just is for the playoff purposes, but it's kind of to keep it a little bit fresh because we don't like. People in the groups would just play each other in the playoffs. The people they've already played against, the division keeps it a little fresh to get new opponents and stuff, and especially ones that are similar level. Seiso said he's happy to go A.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like when we were first looking at it, I was like, there's kind of like 10 people we kind of want to put in A, but
Yeah, I mean, like,
can we really put Dirtbag in B? Like, okay. Not that my stats are the best example or anything, of course, but like I literally do not beat Dirtbag. I do not beat Danger. I do not beat Duck. I don't beat Insup. I don't beat Hitman. I wouldn't really say I beat Say So, but if I had to say games I've taken the most off, it would probably actually be Say So.
Dirtbag beat Insight.
But that's also because he plays random, and I've taken some games off his off races. And in that sense, I feel like if we had to move one down, even though Say So obviously can compete at A, I do think there is a chance with if he's like random and off racing that many of us in B could still compete
Did Hitman go
with him
human?
as well. He would still be the favorite, of course, in B, but I think it's competable, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely think Dirtbag belongs in A, because he beat Deuce a few times. He beat Insup. He's beating Alex Chen every time.
Dirtbag's really. He beat Neutron recently too, I think, on probably one of his other 10 accounts.
Yeah, not droppable. I mean, is there
Django.
anybody else besides like Say So worth dropping? Like, is Danger a droppable to?
Like Danger is also to be considered. Like if I had to choose, it would be either Danger or Say So. But obviously both could be an A as well. The question with Danger is more of how if he's going to show up much. You know, nothing against him, but he has previously in Washed Up League, for instance, not shown up and had forfeits throughout the season. Like he didn't play the season. So obviously that sucks if that happens. But like when I looked at Danger's stuff, he's pretty good. He you know, some of those games are as random, but when you look at his actual orc games, he's playing some pretty strong people overall.
Yeah, he
and
beat Hailua.
Getting wins. Yeah. So
He beat Pokey. He beat
Yeah.
Insup. He beat Armin. Yeah. Hailua is not in this,
he
unfortunately.
took Wiz and as well. I don't know. Hailua is not in this. Neither is Deuce, which surprised me, but that's how it is. I mean, what are other people's thoughts on this? Like, do we have like a super-sized group A? Do we drop 1 or 2 players down to B? Like this is kind of like the pivotal moment, because I think most of the other groups look fairly reasonable to sort out, but
I mean, at the moment, the way it is now, I like the idea of having a division. So maybe we can take a look at dropping 2, making a group of 16, and just see how it looks, see what we think.
yeah, that's one thing too. Try just looking at a group of 16 for B right now as well.
So Soul Glider and Gable both agree that this looks good. But
Yeah.
you guys are thinking
I
that
kind
we
of agree as well.
I think I agree
But,
as well, but let's kind of do some crafting here. So you guys are saying these 2 guys would lead their groups here, and then we kind of
Yeah.
see what happens if it divisions with them, and maybe let's look at what happens at the end there.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
see,
and
this
if
is
not, then
also
we
where
can
I feel like
restrict it.
there are also problems, because if we do move them down, I feel like there's also people that should be in B that are not in B.
Yeah. Like I'm just gonna go
So
like do this kind of quickly.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
just
for
go
sure.
through what their MMRs are currently at.
And then we're gonna kind of see like, so let's say like we did that, right? Well, this would technically be now
Yeah.
Group C, and this would
But
then
see, I
now
also
start
feel
with
like,
these
well,
guys.
Flame's MMR is technically 1750 something right now. But also I feel like Flame would be in B. Lotto signed up. I feel like Lotto should be B, even though he hasn't been obviously playing much. He's still Lotto, and everyone knows he can take food games. But see, that's where we're like, okay, now we got quite a lot of people
Yeah,
added in here. Can we fit them all?
I think we go with
yeah,
10
it
in
is a
Group
little
A.
awkward.
Let's make this a like.
Yeah, I, the 10 sounds good.
I think it's like it's a premier group. It's different. The tier fall. I think it's just a different tier. Like with Tom, Armin,
Yeah.
it's starting it. It's just a big jump from these guys.
Yeah, let's go with
Yeah.
the 10. I think that looked a lot better.
And then of course in Group A, Say So wouldn't be locked on random. He can always just choose his race between series because it's Group A. The one question is, how exactly is it set up? Like, do we make another challenge for Group A? And I guess it would probably be each of them has 2 matches a week, but do we have them have 3 matches in 1 week, or do we have them have a bye against one player? Is
3
a question.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think Grinchy's right. 3's too much.
Yeah,
I don't know
because
why.
it is a lot of matches if we have them. If we require them to do 9 best of 3s in 4 weeks, I guess. But instead, we could do 8 best of 3s, and they would get one bye, or one person they wouldn't have to play within the group. So they would get 8 matches, even though there's 9 other players, type of thing. Yeah, Michael's MMR is kind of low right now. It kind of tanked recently, but
And then he ditched this account too, and his newer account's
Yeah.
even lower.
yeah. But we know he's been up to like, I believe 2100 even this season, and of course previous seasons. We know. I mean, we know he's good, so
Yeah, I
he
mean,
should be there.
I think
Yeah,
I feel
if
good
we
about
go
this.
with this. Yeah, and then I think if we do go with this, I think groups of 8 for the rest seem probably fine. I think the groups of 9 was more of if we had to drop one down, then we could have like groups of 9 across. But if we
Yeah.
just go with a bigger group for A to begin with, I think groups of 8 for the rest are fine, with probably a division for B, C combined together type of thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Yeah,
well,
sounds good.
math wise, I think that works out too. Cause 10 that leaves us at like little. We're probably gonna have like 11 groups total, maybe even 12. But it's probably gonna be 11. Actually, I don't know. We'll see. This is what this is for, right?
Fine, but yeah, we can start filling out B. So we'd put 2 orcs in each.
Nicely even.
Probably.
I think we could just lay these out here, and we might have to move these around based on
Yeah.
the MMRs, right?
Yeah, we can swap people around as to what looks best. I'm not sure which 2 orcs should be in which group.
Yeah,
But just we'll try to fill out which 8 people.
No, this looks fine. These orcs.
Yeah. Well, and then let's just fill out the rest and see who else should probably be there.
All right, and for people watching, like this is the left side is one group and the right side is one group, but it's kind of I can change this I guess to division B.
Yeah, and we do have in the rules, I believe, still like an outline of what the seeding would be like for a division. Basically, at the end of the season, top 4 from both groups would meet in the playoffs, and it'd be an 8-person playoffs, and it would be like seed one from group B1 and seed 4 from group B2 or whatever. Like we have it all laid out. So yeah. Oh, does Paz fit in that group?
Yeah, so I put
Or
Demon up here just to kind of show like where like the cutoff is,
oh yeah.
and I mean Paz's MMR shows it better, and I think he does fit here.
Oh my god. Flame with the rigged 1800. But yeah, Flame did raise his current account to 1750, and he supposedly has another account somewhere that's 1800. But he's also been up to 1870 this season. Like, I'm sure most people know Flame and know he's pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. I mean, also I think you have to take into account like how many games some of these guys play. Like some of the MMRs that may be at like, I mean, I don't like Lotto's 1712 doesn't speak for itself, you know.
Yeah. I'm sure people know Lotto from taking some games off some of those big name players. So I do feel like Lotto probably fits in B, as much as Lotto would probably like to be in C and smash people.
Flame,
Yeah,
we just want every
Flame on stream.
we just want to see you that you lost to Razorman. Everyone loses to him. He's so good.
At W, what's
I mean, we won't look at those losses against King Deuce, but look, he beat King Deuce here.
Yeah. What's W3I or L?
What?
Oh, Warcraft 3 info, like the ELO and stuff.
You should really look at as second source Flame, definitely. Yeah, I mean that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this looks reasonable.
Well,
to me the most questionable is Paz, I guess. It's like, do we put Paz as like who do we put as like the bottom of the group? Because I feel like, I mean, I think Paz can compete against us overall. Like, I know he can take games off us, but he's also sometimes a bit inactive and not practicing as much. So to me, I feel like, I don't know what others think, but I feel like the other 15 are fairly solid for B. Who's the last slot? Or is there other people that people think should be in? Should Inspired? Should Demon?
Yeah.
Last Envoy, Six Bones. Should any of these guys be in B instead? Or
honestly, I'm not too familiar with those guys.
Yeah, I'll go with Demon over Paz.
You think Demon over Paz?
Demon, he got pretty deep in Bronze Skill Cup, 4 Players Cup. So he did some weird shit in Human Mirror, but it worked. So
I do know Demon has taken quite a few games off me as well. I mean, I've taken games off him too, but maybe his style just owns me. Yeah, how much has Bump Time been playing?
A good amount, but I mean, he's playing. He's steady like 1700s. It looks like. At least I'm not seeing him take.
I think Bump Time can fit in the group below.
Yeah, looks like it.
I mean, he did beat me, but to be fair, I've kind of been sucking at Elfmere lately.
Okay, well,
I do think Bump Time can fit fairly even in Group C. But I know Inspired was recently 1790 or something as well. So that's why I'm kind of like questioning which of these guys gets moved down.
You think Demon? I mean, well, so Grinchy said Demon over Paz, but what about Inspired?
Yeah, so he's at 1736 right now. But if you look at his recent performance, he went 3-7, which means before that he was quite a bit higher. So he had a bad run right there. Well, actually, if you look at his recent games, his losses were to Demon and Cement.
Okay, yeah, I guess that says a lot.
Okay. Anti-Monitor, Cement. What about lower than
Inspired and Demon seem to trade places, I think. What would you say? What about what?
What about lower than that, like his other recent games, I meant?
Oh.
Just to kind of get a better idea.
I actually don't know some of these people he's playing. He lost to Chiron. Inspired lost in round 2 in the same cup where Demon got to the finals in Bronze Cup.
I think any of them could swap in and out. It's kind of just who we want to toss in and who should be in. I think it's one of those up in the air. Like it could be any of them. I think any of them could take some games off some of us. They
Yeah.
might have some real trouble against players like
It's a
Armin
shame.
and Raven and stuff. But
It's a shame that it's not
Yeah.
like an undead player, because then we could just say race, but it's like
Yeah.
we're just talking about all the same, like the humans here. And if we're
We-
talking
we
Paz,
could-
night elves.
yeah, there is 4 humans and 4 elves besides that place too. So it's like,
Yeah, it doesn't do
well,
much.
there is Last Envoy and Leviathan. I don't know if they've been much higher. I haven't really played them.
All right. Well, I think we're between demon and inspired, right? Like that's what we're kind of trying to figure out.
I don't know. I
Like
mean, I think any of them could possibly fit.
and Paz.
Yeah, I think Paz could fit too, but I do think they'd probably be the weaker of the group. But
Seiso says Paz is B over demon. Should we
that's
run
not
a?
more. I think any
I mean,
of
it's a
them would be
toss-up,
fine in
dude.
B, but I do think they could be C as well. But I do think Paz could fit in B instead if you want. And we know Flame likes elves, so
He said he likes.
rig it for him.
He said he loves human mirror too.
Yeah. I do agree that Paz could be there, but I think any of them. It's a toss up. Like, do we literally just toss a coin?
I mean, or do we
Do we
just let
roll
chat?
a-
We can let chat pick and make a poll.
we could
Yeah, there
we
you
could
go.
make a poll if that
Yeah,
works
pull
better.
it, pull it.
Poll it for Paz, inspired,
Poll it.
and demon.
Yeah. Is there anyone else we should consider? Last Envoy, Six Bones, Leviathan, Robin. Like, I don't know some of those players that much, so maybe that means they're generally around 1700. I'm not sure. But I haven't matched them. Maybe they just play at different times than me. I don't know. Bump time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're just making a.
I
making a
don't know
poll.
about. I feel like Bump Time would feel comfortable in Group C.
Yeah, I agree. Based on what I saw in the games, and all right, duration. Let's give him a minute.
I think Bump Time would do, like, have fairly close matches with like Six Bones and stuff.
Consider Wontu. Yeah, you guys are hilarious. All right, it's poll time.
Oh God, how much time is there on the poll?
A minute.
Do we get a vote too? Or only Twitch
I
chat?
voted.
Oh shit.
Well, we know who Flame voted for.
Oh, it looks like Paz is running with it.
Everyone wants to toss Paz in there.
Yeah, they do.
Paz is winning 8-3. Inspired, no votes. 9-. Well, I don't know if it's considered winning, right? Like it's something you want to win.
I mean, technically by MMR, we could always consider Lotto lower as well, but I really don't think Lotto would fit in C. I think he would kind of own Group C.
Yeah,
So-
he's definitely B.
So yeah, I think this is more of a, like, these 3 players are more of the
Paz.
ones.
Paz.
What did Lucker say?
Based on what? Because Demon won the bronze cup. Hey, thanks for the bits, Eugene. Nice stuff, yo.
Hey.
Yeah, I think what Lucker said is Demon over Inspired because Demon won a bronze cup, and Inspired lost at the same one
Yeah.
in round 2.
Which it does look like Demon got more votes than Inspired.
Yeah,
But-
but Paz,
All right, Paz. It's Paz.
it's Paz. The people have spoken.
But I do agree Paz can very well fight against Division B, especially if he's active or playing serious, or and not
Take that,
trolling
Paz.
with Tavern Heroes every game. Of course, the Tavern Heroes can be good. We've seen him take. I think he's won even against Alex Chen with his Panda first, but
Hunter, it was Hunter.
That's right. He beat,
he's probably I think he beat Hunter as well, but I think he's beat Alex Chen in that group with Panda. Maybe even Reset. I'm not sure. But,
I'm
yeah.
gonna take a quick pause and say thank you to Flame and Seiso. Flame donated $10 and Seiso donated $40. So we're up
Nice.
to
Yo, thanks,
$915.
guys.
$915 in the pool.
Damn.
That's crazy. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. But back to it.
I will say the one awkward thing is with Paz being in B, there might actually be quite a few humans in C though, right? Like, is that a problem?
Oh, 4 humans being.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, because it's gonna be demon inspired, last envoy, Leviathan, bump time. But then is there just 2 more humans? Like, do we have 4 humans?
Yeah, I think
Depends who
so.
ends it out. Is it going to be Ember or Eugene in this group?
Well, like let's say like these. I'm just putting these to show like who's up next, and
Yeah.
it's 4. I mean, at least all races are in there, but
Yeah. So the question is, would it almost be better if Paz was switched with someone like Demon just to have 2 elves? Or should one of those humans go to E? Or do we make it another division? Like, we could have another division technically, right? If we have another 8 people that we feel are even enough against these 8.
Yeah,
But I don't know if I don't know if they're balanced enough. Oh, I know Group D. I think it just got
yeah, I have to fix
erased
that.
when he is mixing the.
I think the easy
Division.
solution here is to put Demon in and move Paz over, and then we can figure out the human distribution because it's Soul Glider did mention there'd be. I mean, there's going to be 5 humans now in Division B, but 2 and 3 split up is totally fine.
Yeah.
yeah, true.
So I don't know what do other people like. We just voted for Paz in, but it's like with how close, with the decision being up in the air like that.
Well, if we can put up 8 other people, then we can kind of see if we can adjust the whole human problem, right?
Like, try looking at who would be the next 8. It could be like with the next 8. Does that leave just?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like if this was another division itself.
Yeah, if this was
Yeah,
another 8, could we make a division out of this? Does this look like it's balanced enough for a division?
There's
And personally,
there's 7 humans.
yeah. Well, I mean, up could be switched with Hurricane though, for instance.
Okay.
Like they're close enough. But
Yeah, I thought human was weak.
yeah, like could Moon and Dino and Hurricane fight well enough against like Demon and Inspired and so on? Like all these 1700 something humans to warrant it, or or is it better to still keep them
I do
as
like
groups of 8?
Well, like Hurricane versus Demon, or yeah, like what would this? Is that a bad fight? Like Inspired versus Hurricane,
I don't know.
Moon and Dino. Like, can these guys hang with these guys? Because if so, I think this warrants a division, and then we don't have to worry about the over.
I do feel
population.
like Etaf Raven and stuff would probably have trouble as well. Which is why I feel like they should probably be separate. But then, like we said, we'd have like a group of 4 humans, and that's kind of awkward too.
So this decision for making Group A 10 people, would this have any leverage on our decision right now?
I mean, if we had like groups of 9 across, then we could technically move one more up from C and one down from A into B.
Like if we move down,
I mean, we can do that. Let's see how it looks to help.
Like let's say Seiso was B and then Demon was B. Like we could have groups of 9 across. But I mean, I am kind of in the agreement. It is awkward to not have Seiso in A. But if he is playing random, I do think we're not like that outclassed. Like we can take some games. He would still be the favorite of the group, of course. But yeah.
And then that would move Ember up.
But yeah, it could be something like that theoretically. But yeah, it moves someone up. It basically make it so there's only 3 humans then in Group C. So the distribution would look better potentially, but I don't know if that's what we should be doing. Because
Yeah, I mean,
I think most people agree Say So kind of fits in A. So I don't know.
well, I mean, we don't need to move Say So down to have groups of 9. Like, what if we move
I
it?
guess.
Like, we could have been inspired. I mean, it's another human, but now with 9, it's not as bad. Because now there's 18 players and there's 6 human.
What do the undead's Last Envoy and Leviathan look like?
Like, you want me to look at their games?
Yeah. Like, have they reached higher peak MMRs, or is that fairly consistent of 1730?
So let's look at the MMR.
Because I don't feel like I've really played them. Okay, so he's reached like 1770 maybe.
I can't really get this on the stream, but yeah, he's kind of been a little wonky.
And the other one,
Fight.
The peak for, was it Leviathan or something like that? It's 1767.
yeah. So both of their peaks are their peak MMR is quite a bit lower than most of the people that are already in B. So I think they fit the next group down C, like where we have them. But yeah, I guess what you're saying though, we could have just groups of 9 across, and then just a group of 10 for Group A if we wanted, and then it would have Demon and Inspired also move to B.
I mean, yeah, I kind of like how this looks like.
Because that's 5 humans, 5 elves.
We have to kind of like
undeads.
move some races around here, but besides that,
Yeah, we'd definitely switch one of the undeads with a human, for instance.
yeah. I'm gonna switch Flames MMR to, what should I put Flames MMR as? Someone give me a number.
2000 Kappa.
What is the realistic flame number?
18. Yeah.
Well,
he snuck in 1800. Just want to go with that.
He grinded a few games real quick to make it not look as bad.
Well, I'm only asking because it'll help us kind of determine like what the MMR average. Yeah. So when we're like moving people around races wise,
just put
1800.
I would say consider like Flame and I since have been fairly 50-50 for a while. So
just match you 1785.
So just match where I'm at, sort of. I don't know.
Where are you?
I mean, he also takes games off Alex Chen quite a bit, I think. So, just say 1800 or 1790 or whatever.
Yeah, that's good.
There you
go. I'll bump him up to 1790. Let's call it 1790. All right. Okay. So
yeah, basically we would switch.
We need to move an undead to the right and a human to the left.
Sword, puppy, and flame. I don't know.
Let's see what happens.
How is that?
It's a difference of 3 MMR, which is pretty damn close if you ask me.
I mean, well, that's because Lotto's MMR is like fake. Lotto, let's say Lotto would be similar to the other elves.
Should we look up his ELO ranking and compare it to
yeah, look up his ELO. I don't know. Or we can look up his previous season. I don't know. Like, obviously, Lotto's MMR is a lot higher than that. So
we can also still afford
fairly balanced.
I think it. Oh, we need. Wait. Did I move it back?
What? You switched them back or something?
Yeah, I don't think I did it correctly in the first place.
But I think something like that.
Yeah.
Unless we need to switch. Unless one of the undeads fits better in the other. Like, we could switch an undead and an elf still if we want 2 undead in the other group. I don't know.
I think this looks good.
Or we could make a group that looks interesting if people want certain players in a group and it still looks balanced. People want to see Flame versus Lotto and Reset, probably, right? Ravenge or no, I don't know.
Is there any like any people we should switch that like based on like where they're located geographically? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, I thought about that as well. So, like the European players would be playing like US East, which I guess is better if it's like a West player like myself, because I would be playing potentially US East against them anyways. So like me with Mr. Winner and stuff, I guess is fine. I don't know.
It's pretty even too, because Godfather, Tom, Armin, Mr.
I mean,
Winner.
honestly, I think like it looks fairly fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine distribution. I
Yeah,
like
I
this.
think
It
it's
looks
good.
really good.
Or do we need to switch? Like, do we switch any of the humans with each other? Or are they all fine? I don't know. Do we put Soul Glider in the big group with Flame, Lotto, Reset, Raven? Flame doesn't want Soul Glider.
No, is this fake Soul Glider MMR? Is Soul Glider like
I mean, it
1900?
would probably be like Soul Glider with Lulu switched if we did, but I don't know which one matches. But like, I honestly don't know Lulu's level because I don't think I've really played him, even though I played quite a bit.
I like this.
So I don't know if
I think it
what's
looks
more
good
balanced.
the way it is.
Yeah, I think this is good.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that looks good with groups of 9. I think this fits with us being able to fit Inspired and Demon into Group B alongside Paz, while also clearing the human problem in Group C. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, I like how this B looks like. Seiso says to double check it on the War 3 info, but I'm not 100% sure if it'll change. Like, even if, I'm sure that we'll get some good info there, but like I don't know if it'll tell us much more than we like already have here. Like, I don't think
Yeah,
any of
this
these
looks
guys.
really nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
and
think
then-
any of these guys are like worth moving up, right? No
Oh yeah,
offense.
and then are we doing another division or are we making a group of 9 for the next like Group C?
Well, so let's put up.
Because
Actually,
honestly, I feel like
don't
some
know.
of them would like. I feel like it's kind of rough for some of these players if we make it a division.
Yeah,
I
and
feel
it's-
like B works for a division because we have a lot of signups in that range. But I think groups of 9 probably works better for most of the rest. I mean, we can see how it looks, but that's my initial impression at least.
like, yeah, that would mean we would need 18 people, right? Like,
Yeah, and 18 people is quite a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a big drop off.
I say we try to make a group and then see what happens.
Yeah.
I think it's probably gonna end up what it looks like, but
And it looks like we have each race represented, and we can take some liberties at the end if we want to not have too many humans and undeads. But it looks like we're probably just stuck with a lot of humans and undeads.
there's 4 undeads, which is a lot.
Yeah.
These are the next, and I mean, look over here. Like,
Yeah.
would we say Etaf Raven is better than Eugene, and could fit here?
I think I would move up Hurricane potentially. He's at 1663.
He's at 1725 now, though. I think.
Does anyone know if that other Hurricane count is also his account?
Yeah, Baron.
is-
So this is Wandering Dragons.
Yeah, so that's
WND.
at 1725, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that account of his is 1725, which fits more in line with that other group, and it gives us an elf. He took 2 games off Flame, but we know Flame's noob, so you know.
I mean, I do think there's no way that maybe it's a crazy assumption, but there's no way that Hurricane is not him because of the WND, the way he spells Hurricane, Night Elf player. Too many coincidences.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, pretty sure it's him.
Yeah. Oh, and Gable just confirmed.
Oh, there you go.
And he's part of Wandering Dragons. So do you think drop Eugene and put in Hurricane? I'm gonna up his MMR. Pokey, you're muted. Whoops, that was weird. Wait, Pokey, you're muted. I don't think Pokey realizes he's muted. He's going on a.
Yeah,
He's really
going
passionate
on?
about this. Whatever he's talking about, he's really passionate
Oh,
about.
I was totally like muted. Yeah, I was saying I think Eugene could easily fit in the group below, because I think 1800 or 1700 is more like his peak this season. So I think, if 1700 is his peak and we're putting it with people who are kind of at their mid level of their MMR right now, it's kind of rough. I mean, how much higher than 1700 has he been this season?
I mean, he is just on a winning streak right now.
Yeah, so that's what I just said. Like, he's been like 1650. He got a win streak of like 6 to get to 1700.
No, this is his highest MMR for sure.
Yeah, so I think Eugene can easily fit one group down.
He lost
and
to Hurricane, according to Baron.
I think Hurricane would fit in the group above.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, it might be a bit of a hard group for Hurricane, but I think Hurricane's actually pretty good. He's got some good fundamentals. I've definitely matched him a couple times. You can see there he beat Eugene himself head to head. So yeah, I think that fits out the group better, getting a second elf there, and I do think Eugene can fit in the group below. And I think the group below looks pretty good as well with the people we have: Eugene, ETF Raven C, Munadino, and so on. Like, I think this looks pretty balanced.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be divisions.
Wow, yeah.
It would just be a group of 9 again. And yeah, that looks pretty good to me.
Both of these look really good, yeah.
I'm not as sure on the next person, Master EC, if he should be switching with anyone or if he goes into Group E.
I think he's also at his peak.
Yeah, so he could probably fit in the next group down, and like those look good, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
if I'm being honest, I feel
are
like
we...
they've probably played each other quite a bit and so on. So
yeah, I mean, I feel good about locking these in. Soul Glider said he'd love to drop to Group C and play random.
I mean, we could always have groups of 8 and have something like that, but I don't know. I do think these, as we have them set up, are pretty decent, in my opinion.
I like this.
Yeah, I agree. I like the way it looks.
The groups of 9 are definitely large, but it just means you have 2 matches every week rather than one of the weeks has only 1 match, which is, in my opinion, not a big deal. You're just getting one more match on a week that you would normally have only had 1 to begin with. So
yeah, we can save that 1 match week for the last week to allow for makeups. Cool. I like this.
Well, I mean, it's just 2 matches each week because there's only 8 other players, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're right.
Like there's no week with 3 matches or anything. It's just
Yeah, I hear you.
So I think this looks good.
I think it looks
and
good too.
Honestly, I think we can just keep going down the list. Like, most of these, I feel fill themselves out pretty well as is.
I will say, I think we do have to look up some things. Ooh, this group though. I mean, we got me and Jedi in here.
Here, I think Jedi switches for an elf in the lower group. If we're being or one of the other players, if one of the other players you think is weaker.
The rigging begins.
I don't know. The rigging like the Q so let's look at the lowest elves. Like, is the QU XU guy or Jedi, like, who would fit better, for instance? Or would it be Shulks? I don't know.
I also think so. I don't know much about Master EC, but if you can get the 1651, you're not moving. I mean, we're not moving him up, so, and he's too high, so we're not touching him. Jats, these guys are good. I do think we'll look up him, and I want to look up Psych and see how, like no offense to Psych, I'm just curious because I played him I think 2 days ago and he was at like 1490 I think. So it's definitely a big climb. So let's look him up and then we'll look at Jedi's games.
Yeah, we definitely have some liberties to add some elves to or one elf to this group because there's
or a human
potentially a lot of
No, let's add a human remote.
Well, yeah,
There's
we
only
could
one.
add a human as well. I mean, I guess
AWOC.
remote would fit then.
AWOC wants it in this group.
So it'd be either Haster or remote, probably then.
Yeah. See, this is where it gets a little tricky because honestly, like, I mean, I don't know if he was kidding or not, but AWOC beat me, and he's 90 MMR lower, granted, but like, that's just MMR. Like, I was 1520 like a week ago. Like Tro was really like all these night elves are kind of similar levels, so we can really get, I think, creative on who we move up. If we're just, I think all I have to say just like if let's look into the elves that we would move in here before.
Or do you create a division out of it? Do you think this group could be a division with 9 more players? Like, is it close enough? Like, it goes down to AWOC and up.
So many elves, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Holy
elves.
shit.
Yeah. But if it was a division,
Two, three,
the
four,
elves would be
five,
split
six,
somewhat. I
that's
don't
true.
know.
8. It would
But
be a
that's still a
division of
lot of
4
elves.
and 4 elves, like 4 in each.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what looks best or what fits best.
Remote is in heaven. Well, so okay, we can decide. Do we want to look how it would look at his division, and then we start seeing how do the lower players look in terms of their MMR? Like, are they on like slumps or they're lower? And then we look at the top of the division, and are they like peaking? Because I think Master EC is kind of peaking over here. But like I played AWOC and I've played Shocks, and I think AWOC can beat Shocks. So I'm kind of on the boat of making a division here.
I mean, this is players near your MMR, so you
Yeah.
know a little bit more than, or you and Jedi, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with Wontu about AWOC and Shocks. He could definitely take them. So possibly division.
Let's see how it looks. Let's do it. If not, we'll go back to the normal group. God, shout out to my night elves. I think there's another row of night elves after this too. Like I think there's a few around Grinchy's level that makes like 4 in a row. Oh no, I'm wrong. All right. So the MMR is really close in the averages. I would like to see if we can move up a human maybe? Or an orc? No, an undead or a human.
Yeah, human or undead. But I don't know. Does Old Greg or Colorado fit that, or Magi? I don't know. Does Sauce? I thought Sauce is Sauce 1450. No.
Sauce is 1425, 1450, I think. He hasn't played much this season, and his data from last season is like 1500. But I will say I got insider info on he's not even here on the close available because I believe Ning Ziyun. I got word from Wandering Dragons people, because he's in that clan or that team, that he is around 1500 human.
Yeah, I've also seen him play, and he looked pretty good. Like I saw him in Washed Up League, and he did pretty good.
I think he's worth bringing into this.
I'm not sure if I would jump him all the way up to there, though. That looks like a pretty. I feel like he'd be in like literally the next group,
Baron,
especially if he's playing random for this season. I don't know.
Curious what Dragonborn's MMR is, because he did 2-0 him.
Group D and E. Yeah, we could do Group D and E as a division. If
So this is who
that works.
This is who the guy beat today with Ning Ziyun. He 2-0'd at Dragonborn, who's 1482. But wait, what were you were saying groups D and E as a division?
Yeah. So it would be like Eugene down to Jedi, I think. Right?
Yeah.
And looking at the past, we know Jedi has taken quite a few games off Eugene, so that's definitely possible.
I also like
Yeah, I don't mind being in there.
neither do I, because I've taken one game off of Seek before. Eugene, I was close once.
Yeah, most of these guys I've taken games off of. I mean, they definitely beat me more, but I'm totally cool with being in. If we make this a division, I'm totally cool with it.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I think it actually looks pretty good.
Paz said we can add Baron to the group. I think he fits in. Yeah, honestly, this is race distribution looks pretty good too. Maybe we could drop. I was gonna say drop an orc, but even we don't even have to.
Yeah, that was the thing. It's still like, do we drop an orc for an elf? Or
I mean, there'd be 3 orcs in each group.
yeah,
2
it's
night
more
elves
of
in each group.
the next group looks awkward, right?
Oh, if we bring in an
Because
elf.
that's where
Yeah.
all the elves lie. All the elves are stuck at that 15.
So maybe bring in an elf and drop an orc. I'm curious to look up this guy. I don't know him. Zuxu?
Yeah, I don't know him either.
Because honestly, like Jedi, I think you're on the lower end of your MMR.
Yeah, kind of. I would say kind of mid in this season, but yeah, it was like low 1600s for a bit.
Paz is mad. He saw the groups.
This is an easy group for Paz. I heard
all right.
he can
Zuxu's
even
actually
beat.
pretty good.
I heard Paz can even beat us Night Elves in Mirror with Panda first, so seems like a good group for him.
No,
I don't know.
Zuxu belongs in this group, I'm pretty sure. He's like a solid 16-13 player.
Isn't I don't know if I'm thinking if I know this right, but isn't Jonathan? I'm pretty sure he's better than 15-14. I don't know if you've played him Wontu.
Yeah, I think he could definitely fit in the next group above one of those elves in the next group. But we still have so many elves there.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I do think Jonathan
Jesus.
could be higher.
You can't see it in the stream, but he dropped from 1671 on September 3rd.
Yeah.
In a week, he dropped 160 MMR.
Damn.
That sounds like me.
Just another day. Yeah. So.
Are we actually slotting in Baron? I don't, like if he would play, he would probably go in like Ember's spot or something, right? And then Ember would move down.
Probably. I don't.
Or would it be AK or AKM spot? But that would be like 4 undeads. I don't know.
I don't. Baron said he needs a break. Baron doesn't let his wings fly. He could be the best undead in NA. But all right, I think so. Do we just call this a division and then kind of move on, and maybe we can move players up if needed?
I mean, I do think that looks like a reasonable division. I do think the top end is very beatable for the bottom end. So I do think it's like they can match up fairly well.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but I'll do it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Now do we?
Unless you were thinking, like, weren't you talking about potentially Psych being a group down?
Yes.
Should that be one of the Night Elves?
Let's take a looky.
Or
I mean, one of the Night Elves
Jonathan?
below definitely could fit in this group. So he's 1586 now, Psych. Has he played anybody?
But yeah, should it be one of the Night Elves to limit the Night Elves in the next group?
He
Or
did
should it
beat
be like
B-Lit.
Jonathan?
He beat B-Lit. He lost to AKM, which does nothing here.
Like either way, it's never going to be perfect. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure plenty of these people have taken games off players higher or lost games to players lower. But you know,
Why don't we drop Psych and move? All right, I think we need to decide between Haster, Troa, Beelit. I mean, all the Night Elves here are pretty similar level. It's just a matter of who we move up.
I mean, do we just go with the highest MMR for now and put Haster potentially? Swap some elves around with human. So swap Moon Andino and up or something, or Moon Andino and Soulful, or I don't know, one of those. Moon Andino and up.
Yeah, it's just that seems even. Yeah. Looks good to me. MMRs are 3 apart.
Yeah, we could switch someone.
I think it's fine the way it
good.
is, right?
You could switch
Yeah.
like Wontu and Jedi. I don't know.
Wait.
Oh wait, no,
yeah,
that'd be too many orcs.
That'd be too many orcs.
It'd have to be like.
Do we
I think
want
Which group needs more?
Do we want to drop an orc and bring in Psych again or Romstar? Because look, there's only 2
bring in
undeads.
Romstar.
What are your thoughts, Grinchy?
Well,
Paz wants to hear your voice. You think we should bring up Psych or Romstar here?
I played both of them. I say Psych over Romstar currently. I played both of them, but that's their elf matchup and their mechanics. But
I think, yeah. They're both old school players. Don't know what that means. Honestly, Romstar is begging for competition too.
Yeah, Romstar wants to be Group A. I heard he was like a #1 player 20 years ago.
On West.
yeah, I'm like, is Rom here? No, I haven't seen him talk at all.
No, he just comes in the Discord and asks if the game started yet.
I mean, might as well give it a Romstar. He wants it, right?
I guess, right? Honest, and you know what?
Oh, yeah.
We should put him in Endo Zero's group. I think that would be a great time.
Oh my. I mean, we don't have to move anyone. Like,
well, I there's only one in undead in each group, and there's 6 orcs.
yeah. I guess.
And there's no orc. I mean, Jonathan's gonna be the next one, I guess, but he's the only one coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
I mean,
It seems like
we don't
dropping
have
in
to.
one would be good. Like it would look nice if there were like if you dropped. I'm not trying to rig anything, but like me and Jonathan in the next group. Or
Because I think, I mean, like, I don't think like dropping you Jedi, it's an easy group for you. And
no,
you
definitely
have
not. Beelit, Troa. I lost to AWOC yesterday. Yeah, for sure.
Jonathan. Jonathan's good. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd definitely be still good competition if I was in there. So I mean, I'm good with whatever makes it easier, you know.
It's a matter of, do we care about like MMR or do we care about race distribution? And it's not like it's a huge difference if we bring in undead, but it's at least slightly more distributed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can always just fit in an undead, especially like Sykes' MMR right now is technically 1606. His MMR is technically higher, so it's not like he
Yeah,
couldn't
for race
potentially be
distribution, I think we should put an undead in there.
All right. So we doing Psych in for Jedi? Or Romstar?
Yeah, can do it.
I think
Oh,
I
yeah.
like I think I like Psych in there though.
Yeah, Psych.
I mean,
think
yeah. Like Psych technically has the highest MMR from them, so it could be him. I could see Romstar just because since he's only been back in the game for like literally 3 weeks or something, it's possible his MMR continues to rise quickly, but who knows? Maybe it won't.
yeah. I mean, I agree, but I think Romstar and F is good.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot of 4s. He did get up to... Romstar's peak MMR is a little better than Sykes. 1633.
Yeah, throw him in.
Oh,
throw him in. Let him
get
get
up that high. Yeah, put Romstar in there.
Let's just do it. Let's do it. He wants it, I think.
He says he's
Yeah,
the
he
best.
wants
Let's
it.
toss him in.
He
The ring.
wants it.
Yeah, throw him in there.
All right. And any swaps besides these? Like, is there anything worth switching around? The left side is apparently stronger MMR wise, but it's
If
minimal.
you wanted the average MMR to be closer, you could switch Soulful with one of the humans, like up. Or you could switch Master
that was too
EC
much.
with Wontu, one or the other.
Oh no, it's
Like
the other way
master-
around. We have to weaken the right side.
Oh wait, we can.
Weaken the left side.
Then you need strengthen. Yeah, weaken the left side. Okay.
Maybe move Fatty Masker and put Tanghula on the right.
Chats for the other orc. I don't know.
Oh, that's
Small change. Or you could do one of the humans for Fatty Masker.
Oh, that's good.
Either
Oh,
one.
there you go.
Damn, that's.
That looks pretty close. 1644,
All right.
1644.
Let's leave
There
it
you go.
there. We're locked in. 2 divisions. Let's go. Group F. Like this is Group E now.
Yeah. And then Group F should mostly fill itself out unless we need to drop one elf to a group lower for Jonathan. Yeah, I think one elf goes lower and Jonathan goes in E, right? So it'll be 2 orcs, 2 humans, undead. Because we know this is like Jonathan's low point of the season as well. So Jonathan probably fits in here.
I think AWOC deserves this over James Bomb. And that's me without really knowing James Bomb entirely.
I mean, you can look at his stuff real quick if you wanted.
Yeah, let me see. Because I agree. I think AWOC should be in the group too, but we'll take a look.
He is on he was 1586, James Bomb.
Mm.
Oh Lord, Jesus.
So he actually does pretty
I've been
decent then.
He's beat Earl Cyruf, which I think anyone at this level knows who that is.
Yeah, I have tough games with him all the time.
He goes on big losing streaks.
Okay, so James Bomb looks like he probably belongs there as well.
What about let's look at AWOC. I say AWOC because I mean he's taking people games. Oh, he put he put his profile as Moon
Nice.
when he signed up.
Debated.
You got me. All right, AWOC. So AWOC beat Belit and Jedi, who are both in that group, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's something. He lost to he beat Just for Fun, who I played. I don't know. He kind of stays around the mid 1500s. It does look like James Bomb has a higher MMR. What about Gabolk? Hey, what's up, AWOC? Where do you think you belong, AWOC? Group A. All right.
Group A, there you go.
Who did Gaybok play today in the match today?
The man himself, Grinchy.
Oh yeah, Grinchy.
Grinchy, what do you think, AWOC or Gabolk? I know you
And
played them both.
It was 2-1 in favor of Gaybok, I think.
Yeah, Grinchy did take a game off
What?
Gabolk.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, Grinchy, who would you put in this group?
But it does look like this is more of his peak MMR, right? Like looking at that, it looks like his MMR has fluctuated down towards 1500.
Oh, Grinch was muted during that. I don't know if he said something.
I think he said a couple of things. He said one. He took
AWOC
one
over.
game.
I played them both. AWOC.
AWOC. I like that. I think.
Group D is where AWOC wants to be.
I want to put AWOC in Group D.
Yeah, but who would we take out? Like it'd have to be like Haster or something. I don't know the everyone's level as well at that level, so you'd have to.
I will say I wouldn't mind dropping Haster. Yeah, I don't know how much he plays. The time I played him, he did a weird strategy, so I don't really count that of knowing his level. I don't mind people asking to be moved up though. Like I think that's fun. Yeah, see, like
that gets demoted.
We get demoted.
Damn.
Um,
Beelit always thinks he's worse than he is, but we all know he's actually like Group B material.
Yeah, true.
Quit spoiling your kids. Haster's been 1600. The thing is, the only thing I don't want to do, I wouldn't mind moving Haster and AWOC, and I think Haster can hang in Group E.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. If everyone's happy with that, then I don't really mind either way.
I mean, if Tro was here to like speak on his behalf and Beelit actually wanted to be in a higher group, that'd be something else. But
like technically, this just makes it easier for Haster to try to win his group, then, right? And
yeah,
it makes it harder for AWOC. So,
but even if we're looking at MMR, right? Like Psych and Jedi are higher MMR.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I think you can switch them if you want. Like if AWOC thinks he can compete in D, like he's comfortable with it. I think Group E still looks fairly fair.
He beat me at best of 3 recently, so
unless you wanted to try switching an elf with. I don't think we can switch any of those elves, right? They all kind of belong there. Yeah, I think Group E is just kind of stuck with 4 elves.
Yeah, I mean unless
like
because
that's just kind of how the MMR distribution is.
James Bomb's too strong, I think, to move down.
Yeah, like they're all too strong to be a group lower, but their replacements if they move to D would just be switching with another elf type of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it is what it is. I think it looks fine the way it is.
I mean, sometimes that's just what you get is a group of elves. I don't know. Practice your elf from your boys.
That applies to all parts of life. Sometimes you just get a group of elves. All right, Group F.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens if we do this. Honestly,
I mean, it looks like a pretty balanced group in terms of races. I mean, maybe it's missing an orc, but is Blademaster Rush's orc good enough? I don't know. He's only just started playing again. Who would he replace if he did? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see anybody really here that we'd move up.
Yeah, I mean, I think the group looks overall fine. Like, there's every race, there's a max of 3 for any race. Like, it seems okay-ish.
And
unless someone thinks someone else would fit better in the group.
I also think, I mean, Grinchy's 4th here, but I think from what I saw him play games today versus Gaybolg, that he could take the group.
I do think it looks a little rough for N. Williams, to be honest. Yeah, where's Grinchy at?
He's right there. The 4th.
Oh yeah, I'm blind. I was like, I didn't even see the name on there. I was like, what? Okay.
You say that, like, I don't know, but that's the thing. Who else would we put there?
Yeah.
As much as I want to see N. Williams win and thrive.
I do think N. Williams last time got placed in a group of similar MMR and he got crushed in his group.
Yeah.
So I do think.
Brickball makes a good point. Ning Ziyun.
Oh yeah, Ning Ziyun. You could put Ning Ziyun over N. Williams potentially.
I like that actually.
Yeah, that sounds good.
From what our intel.
Floss up there.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Brickball. Yeah, that feels good then, because he is a human player.
Yeah.
So that is
Yeah.
that.
And I've seen Ning Ziyun play as well, and he looked pretty good. So his MMR is probably lower than what it actually is. As they were saying, his MMR should be more 1450 or so. Like didn't he like he 2-0'd Dragonborn, and Dragonborn's 1490,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So it feels like he should be able to hang in this group.
I like
I
this.
think.
I mean, humans is his illest, but it's random. I've seen his games, dude. If he's gonna go random, I don't know
Yeah.
about.
There's definitely some. I think I have also seen him play multiple races, and he definitely looks stronger with some than others. But I think overall, he should be able to, at least trade games with players, and I think that's, I think that's what we're going for. As long as he's being able to trade games, it should be
Yeah.
good.
And you don't have to. There's no rule saying he has to like be random.
Yeah, he can always choose human if he wants.
Yeah.
It's only if we were doing something like moving Seiso down a group, and then it'd be like, yo, if you're gonna go down a group,
Yeah,
you're required to play random. We can't have you playing undead against, people that you're 100 MMR higher than.
Yeah. This feels good. I actually like this group a lot.
I think it looks decent. It's a decent distribution overall of races and everything too.
I think if we wanted to bring in, even then, I was gonna say like Sauce and Blade Master Rush are probably similar levels if we really did want to bring an Orc up. But I kind of like having Sauce here. He did tell me too he'd rather get stomped, than
Which player?
Sauce.
Oh.
Because he also doesn't have an MMR this season. He didn't have a chance to get his games in. So his last season, I think, was like 1520. So I usually take off 100. I gave him benefit of doubt, gave him 1450. But he said he wants to get stomped, so I think it's fine keeping him here. Because I was saying we could switch him for like Blade Master Rush. Probably similar levels. But I like Sauce here. If he wants to get stomped, he can get stomped.
I think it looks good as is. I mean,
so.
there's only one Orc, one human technically, but I think, I think it looks fine. There's every race represented. There's not like 4 of anything. I think they can all take games off each other.
Let's lock it in. Let's go to the next one.
I am curious about exactly how many players are still left to slot in though, and if it balances out the groups properly.
Hopefully, yeah.
But,
we'll see. We'll have to go. We'll go through it and then go backwards, if anything.
Yeah.
I will also mention that Stop Click is new to Night Elf, but he's been grinding a lot as Night Elf. I was a little worried when he signed up as Night Elf because I think he's like a 1500-ish plus human player. But
Lotto loves his group.
Super attack. Sorry, Lotto. The people spoke, and that's
the people have spoken.
The people spoke, man.
You're in a division with 15 other people. I mean, you're in a group of 8.
Yeah. To clarify, Lotto, this is a whole, like, this is your group. And you'll see these guys
2 rows there
in the playoffs. What I was gonna say was Stop Click was a little concerned at first because his human is pretty strong. But he has stuck to strictly Night Elf recently.
And with that many games,
like for N Williams, I'll switch out. But
you think we should switch N Williams and Stop Click?
Yeah.
Have you played Stop Click's Night Elf before?
I've been in Discord this week with it.
Oh, he's got intel.
It's hard to tell though because I mean, he has played a lot of games with Night Elf, but at the same time, so like his MMR should be fairly. I don't know. I mean, it would be cool to see N Williams against some of the players like Grinchy and so on.
That's quite the roller coaster of MMR. 1460. Yeah, I mean his peak MMR is higher than 1435.
But it looks like his average is more like 1440, 50, right?
Yeah, so Stop Click and N Williams are kind of interchangeable.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean we could if it works
The-
better. I mean it is a second human then.
Well, actually, it would be a third human because of Ning.
Well, if Ningxian plays human, but I think Ningxian will play random in at least some of the games.
I do
Probably.
Oh wait, no, I don't want.
Especially if he's signed up as random, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sure. If you think that works better,
So
Stop Click will probably be the favorite of the next group, though. Or actually, I don't know. I mean, Blade Master Rush is just coming back as well. Stop Click, of course, has a lot of room to improve towards where his human is at. So maybe Group G is still fine for them. Like, they
I
can.
mean, it is close. Like, look at these MMRs that come up: 33, 30, 26, 25, 17. Anything goes in the 1400s. Anything goes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's mix it up a little. I trust Grinchy's thought on that.
I mean, I'm sure they can all take games off each other as well, anyways. So
Yeah. All right.
hopefully,
I think
still
Floss
works out.
is going to be favored in this group. He always trolls about his MMR, but I've seen him play. He be fronting, man.
Floss can definitely do really good for his MMR. I've seen some of his games as well.
Let's see how
Like
this...
sometimes he definitely looks a little sketchy when he like screws up in the first couple of minutes and the game just kind of falls flat. But then
Not-
other times when he gets going, he gets his expo up, like he can look really strong.
This group looks really good. Just laying it out like that.
Laudo thinks he's a 17. Okay, look at
Brickball,
Laudo's
you're more like
profile.
1300. Honestly, Brickball, I let he didn't have his games played, but he's like one of those guys who just like does like GNL. Baron, if you're here, I would like to know Brickball's real MMR, or any of the GNL coaches. Because I wasn't too sure, from what I could see. Like I know, yeah, okay, Baron, like you do know, you got them all, the back of your head. He goes varsity editor. But I'll figure that out. But I do think this generally looks like a good group. It's really close. Lotto's saying that he should be swapped. Oh, what's up, Floss? We're just you come at the right time.
To be fair, looking at some of the games Lotto has lost, he has lost to some players that I don't think I would ever lose to anymore. So I don't know.
Did some research.
But to be fair, I also know Lotto has a high peak if he is playing a lot. It just feels weird to move Lotto down a group, though. I don't know.
In here? Like, you think you would dominate this group?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he would.
but that's thinking of him in the past. But I don't know. Maybe he's actually just weaker now. I mean, he definitely doesn't play as much.
Got that dad status.
Thanks, Floss. All right, yeah. Let's take a second here. Wait, I don't know how good Sean McNabb is, Baron. 2-1 versus Tonk Tanks.
But yeah, I did look at Lotto's list, and he's lost to like, I mean, you can just look at it on stream if you want.
Yeah.
But he's lost to Kyo. He's lost to Tripod, Muscle Mike, Jonathan, Sora.
Sora. Okay.
But he's also taken, he's also beat Baron, Alien FFA, the people that I would rank one level lower. He's beaten Fear, who I would place in Group B. So it just looks inconsistent to me. So, I don't know if like some of these games. Oh,
He lost
wait,
to Jonathan.
No, some of these. Some of these games he
Oh, that
left
was
right away though.
yeah, he left against Jonathan. Okay.
They're fake losses. Lalo's an MMR
Oh my.
faker, dude. Don't
Four-
believe him.
He
He's
wasn't in the
goofy.
league in August 14th, but he knew that he was gonna be, and he was rigging his MMR.
Yeah. Lalo's rigging his account, dude. I don't believe him. There's too many 12-second losses.
I don't know. Like, what do we do?
Keep Lotto Warriors. We're moving on. We're past that. That's like 7 groups ago.
I did see someone said switch Pokey and Godfather for balance, but
I mean, it's gonna be 3 elves and 2 undead regardless. But
Yeah.
I mean, we could switch one elf for an undead if we want, if we think it works better that way. Maybe it's better MMR wise to switch one for another.
No, Flame said he wants to keep Godfather on his side. Yeah, it really makes no difference, right?
But the MMR is fake because Lotto's MMR is fake. So
Yeah,
it's actually balanced right now.
I say we leave it. We did that for a reason. Let's leave it.
Yeah, Flame and I always play, and because we always play, that just means we're just gonna meet in the playoffs. This is good for us. It's rigged.
What I was gonna do? I was gonna change Brick Paws.
We got it just how we want.
A little.
Kappa.
Oh, I wanted to look up Sean McNabb. We need to fix Brick Paws MMR before we move on.
I mean, personally, I would like to be switched just because I have 2 other elves in my group, and I suck at Elfmere lately. But you know. We're not rigging it that much, okay? I mean, come on, guys. Come on.
All right, new group G. Where Brickball is out, Fila is in.
All right.
This looks. I mean, it still looks like a great group to me. It's only a 70 MMR difference from the top to the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, I think this looks good. Like I honestly think this looks good and can go to the next group. I mean, Brickball is kind of at that awkward MMR where he's like quite a bit higher than most in the next group, but he's also quite a bit lower than most in the other group. So I don't know. But I think that looks good as is, unless there's someone has more inside information.
So, Crazy Baz
how many
in chat
people are
made a point. There's 12 people left. Or wait, there's 1,
well, how many
2,
people?
3,
Okay,
4,
so
5, 6, 7, 8,
3.
9, 10, 11. Yeah, there's 12, and then that doesn't count the people who are out. I guess possible subs.
Okay, so one thing to think about is, well,
We're not cutting
I mean,
anybody.
we can technically have some of these as groups of 8 if that works better overall, but I don't know. That changes a lot of things to go back and do everything.
Huh.
Or what if?
Like, what if we? I'm wondering if what if we made. I don't know. Actually, no. This is tough. Do we want to do groups of 10 for like F and G or something? Is that too much?
I mean, we can technically do it if we have. Like they wouldn't get any extra matches, right? Because they would just get it. They would just get a bye against one player in their group, type of thing.
Yeah, I think we would do that, and
because we'd still stick with just 2 matches a week, and then they would end up not playing one of the players.
we would just have to ditch challenge, but that's fine. We'll just do it in
Yeah.
Excel
Well, we'd have to. Well, we could potentially make a second challenge that
for 10
has Group A and then Group
F and G.
GHI or whatever it is, because they would all be groups of 10 type of thing. It'd be kind of awkward, but I mean, what do people think about that? Should we do that? Does the BEHH guy fit in Group G? Or like who would fit in Group G the
Because
best?
I mean, well, if we did it, I'm just gonna lay everything out really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
Habitant said he wouldn't mind moving up if we wanted to feed him to the wolves as well.
That's
And he
not-
is an elf, so he would fit better than an undead.
All right, so everybody's on the board. The people on the right, I mean the left, are subs.
Tori was probably also a sub, right? Or is she actually
I
playing?
didn't hear from her, but I think in at least in a group of 10. Well, I didn't. I heard she said she didn't say she was out. She said she might be out. She might have to miss week 1. If anything, if somebody drops in a group of 10, it's fine.
Yeah.
Which I think is a plus to having a group of 10.
I mean, we could.
The way
Yeah.
this sits though is kind of nice, and we could swap players at this point. But I think just generally speaking, having these last 3 as groups of 10, pretty nice.
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks good.
Yeah, we could try putting an elf over the undead in G and H.
Which Habitant, because he.
Yeah,
His
I mean,
bird-
Habitant offered, and like, if he wants to feed himself to the wolves, then
Yeah, there you go.
I think that's fair. So, it's different if someone like Lotto comes in and is like, "Yo, put me in Group D. I want to dominate people."
Yeah, I like when people say they want to get smacked around.
But yeah, if it's someone wanting to move up, that's more fair because it's like, okay, they're not going to be the favorite or anything. They want to challenge.
Anything else that's movable here? I mean, there's a lack of humans, honestly, in these last 3 groups. But so there's nothing much we can do with like 1 human being here. There's 3 orcs here.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 orcs in G.
I don't want to move Brickball down though. I like Brickball
No.
here, and I don't want to move BMR up because I like stop click here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody. I
I
think
mean, personally, I think it looks pretty decent overall.
Yeah.
nice. I
Yeah.
don't know. Anything
it's
else?
fine because there's 3 undeads in each group too, so I mean it's all good.
Oops.
Yeah.
Trying to just make it a little bigger.
What about moving one of the orcs and elves in Group D?
Oh, Grinchy, did you say something? Floss asked if you were muted.
Oh no, I was just reading everything.
Oh, okay.
I like the group how they set up.
What about switching an elf and an orc in Group D?
From one side to the other.
Yeah. So that we don't have 3 orcs and 3 elves both in the same group. If that makes sense.
Endo Zero is also an orc main.
Hmm.
I would keep that in mind. What's a main event?
Or actually,
main event a happy guy that he's top of his
Yeah.
group. I mean, if we move an elf to the right side of Group D, what would we even switch over?
it'd be switched for like an undead. Because the undead's going to be 1-2 regardless. So it'd be like Snapdragon for Wontu or Snapdragon for Shulks or something. Or I guess I shouldn't call it Snapdragon, but Snap Doctor, whatever.
I like
his
Snap
name.
Doctor.
It looks like Snapdragon to me. Like, I don't know. Even though it's just DR.
I think there's already 2 strong elves on the right, so we shouldn't put me over there. But I would say Snap Doctor for maybe a walk. I don't want Yeti, Moon and Dino, and Master C to be in the same group.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna do that move, I think it's a walk for Snap Doctor.
Let's do it.
We're doing it. Just a trade official. Do the commissioners accept?
Yes.
I think it just mostly be good so that one group doesn't have 3 orcs and 3 elves in it, and instead has one of the groups has 3 orcs, the other group has 3 elves, and whatever. I think that looks good. You know, slightly better.
Nice.
Cool.
Shit. Did we do it? Is this it? Are these the groups? And actually,
Groups.
I like that we have these 4 groups of 10 because we just make a second challenge and that makes it so much easier. I mean, it's gonna take some work that I can figure out tomorrow, but
I'm not gonna lie, my group is like all the people I lose to.
yeah,
And
honestly,
then the group,
I don't see
the group
myself having
on-
a shot here.
and then the other side is like the people I would beat potentially.
Switch Pokey with Godfather.
No, I want some more elves, dude. Don't believe him.
Man, I don't. Yeah, this is.
I'm
This
just
is
gonna
it?
Get one. It's fine.
Final.
I think we locked this bad boy in. Any final thoughts from the chat before we lock this down? We call it a.
Yeah, what we can do is have like group B through E on like one challenge, and we could technically make a second challenge with groups of 10, right?
Yeah,
And that would fit the other 4 groups.
it's gonna take some work, but I think I can do
Yeah.
it without people having to do anything.
Yeah, we technically don't even have to have them sign up, right? Like we can just add names in like this,
I
or
think
is
so.
that how challenge works? I'm not sure.
I think I may need emails, and I wonder if I can get
Uh-huh.
them from how they already signed up. Is this the Farmer's Almanac? AKM.
Or we can just set it up some other way.
I mean, yeah, I think the 2 challenges should be totally fine.
Another thing we could do if we wanted is we can set it to groups of 10 and then make those 4 groups see what the schedule is for those 4 groups, take a screenshot, and then switch it back to like groups of 9 and just fill out what the other groups would be, if that
That's
makes
smart.
sense.
Just so at least while we're figuring out the actual
Yeah.
challenge, we can.
Because then
share.
we could see what their schedule is, and then we would have a schedule already. We wouldn't have to like set up a schedule on the side or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I ideally want to start like we can make the groups in Discord and have everybody's first week matchups tomorrow. Is there gonna be a
Assign
s-
time for casting. Oh, sorry, I was just reading the thing for
Yeah,
that.
no, actually, yeah, go ahead and answer that.
Yeah, so we are basically open to cast just about as many matches as we can. So if people give their times somewhere that's visible and like obvious, or they can tag like myself or Wontu, then there's a section in there labeled like stream schedule, and I will then post what the scheduled time is and label it. I can label it like with who's casting it and so on, and we'll just have like a constant stream of games being played if they're like, of course, at different times and so on. But yeah, but we might also look to have hype games on like Saturday, for instance. So we might reach out beforehand when we see the schedule and be like, yo, this game looks good. We'd like to schedule you for Saturday if we can. If they can't, we can go to the next one and so on. And, try to create a list of hype games for like Saturday, but try to, have everyone's game be casted if they want it to be casted, type of thing. Unless, of course, they're playing at like 4 a.m. or something, but yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Be sure to get tongue. Honestly, yeah. I think when Pokey says hype games too, I want to add some clarification. I think hype games applies to any group. Of course, there's the hype games of like, of course, I want to watch Hitman versus Spiral, like those type of games are gonna be amazing. but like, you know, I watch Buzzkill games. I want to watch Buzzkill. I've seen Tong Tank games. I want to watch Floss games. Like, you know, like those I think should be put on. I think everybody should at least have
Yeah, it can be anyone for hype games, and of
Yeah.
course, like not everyone's going to be able to do them because not everyone will have that day open. So we can always, you know, just move to the next group of 2 people and be like, hey, you want to be the hype game then? And see, you know, we'll see what we can get scheduled. Yeah, it is. Obviously, it'll be helpful for us if we get notified in some way of people's schedule. And soon after, we will also be creating. I think we're going to create like private groups for each group to talk in or schedule in if they want, as well as just be able to easily find who else is in their group. They don't have to like search the list on the side for online players or something. Yeah, we can assign each people into their group. They'll have their own little chat channel for their group and so on.
Yeah.
All groups of 10.
The thing is, Habitant, if we do groups of 10, the way they make groups is by seed. So I'm going to have to order everybody in order, and all a challenge is going to do is take the first 10 people and put them in a group. The next 10 people, put them in a group. So it kind of messes up what's going on over here, unfortunately. So we'll have to have 2 challenges. Yeah.
Does it even allow us to have groups of 9 apart from like the last group, for instance? If we did that?
No. Yeah, you can't choose where the uneven group goes, which is stupid, but yeah, it's a reality.
So it'd be a little awkward.
But we have,
which is why I think the easiest if we wanted a challenge visible to people would probably be to have B through E on one challenge and then make another second challenge for A, F, G, H. It's kind of awkward, but
Habitant actually not a bad idea. Have fake players.
Oh yeah, we could do that, I guess.
That's probably the least amount of work.
Yeah,
because the fake player would just be a buy anyway. Like,
or you just
fake player's a buy, and one of the other players is in the other groups also a buy.
Yeah, and it's not like Challenge doesn't tell you when you're supposed to play the games. We tell you like you play your first 2 games. Like it's considered rounds, so play your first 2 rounds. And say so. Good point. Yeah, make way for late signups, or if like Freeman shows back up, we can toss him in.
Also, I'm not sure if we exactly agreed upon it, but is the way that we're doing it with 10 people in the group is that they're still only playing 8 best of 3s, but they're getting one person that's a buy.
Yes, it'd be 2 series per week.
Yeah. So you will have one person in your group that you technically don't even play, which is kind of awkward in terms of a round robin, I guess. I mean, we could extend it another week, but I don't know if everyone's like agreed upon that, right? Like, do we extend it another week and have one of those weeks be one match, or?
I kind of think that's a better idea. We can figure it out though, and let's just be clear once we roll this out, because I do 2 best of 3s times 4 weeks is already plenty of matches.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I don't think we should like adding a 5th week just for like one more best of 3 probably is too much. Like, it's a long duration just for a season type of thing. I don't know. I think 4 weeks, like a month, is a good sweet spot to aim for. So
yeah, I do think. Well, yeah, the only reason really I think another week is fine is to make up matches. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, like, I'm up for whatever. It's just,
me too.
What does everyone else want?
I mean,
because we did advertise it as 4 weeks.
You could tell me I would have to do the whole league tomorrow, and I'd be like, yeah, let's figure it out.
Yeah.
One extra week works.
We can also poll everybody and see if anybody's like really opposed to one way or another.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I don't think it hurts to ask the people playing. But I think those are the ideas. We don't have to figure it out right now. I do like the idea of fake players to fill in the blanks on challenge. That is totally doable and easy. So we'll stick with the one challenge, and we'll hopefully have everything loaded in by tomorrow. It's just really a matter of what we do with the 10 people groups.
Yeah, the big thing was just the 10 person groups. Like, would they have a ninth series, or would it just be a bye? Like you don't play that person is the question. Because I think regardless, we're doing 4 weeks with 2 matches each week. The question is, do we have
I think we cap it at 8.
that one extra match? Do we add an extra week for it, or I don't know.
I think we cap it at 8. 8
Yeah, I
games.
kind of like capping at 8 as well, and keeping it as a 4-week season.
Same.
And hopefully people aren't upset about like whatever person they get a bye against, I guess. Like, because that means one person in Group A, for instance, wouldn't play Hitman, for example, during the group stage, right? They would play the other 8 people.
Yeah.
Are they going to be upset about that? Or are they going to look at it and be like, it's just one series anyways?
Yeah, and I think even in that sense, it's only one series, and will it really be the difference? Like, I think honestly, we can do like we have to talk about what a playoff bracket looks like for 10 people. And we
could always try to set it up so whoever we have as the lowest MMR matches gets the bye against the highest MMR of the group.
Yeah,
kind of like what Habitant was saying, but I don't know.
I agree. I think that makes the most sense, and I think of what a Group A playoff bracket would look like is probably top 6 with first 2 getting a bye. And if that's the case, like, I don't think those buys really matter too much. I think there's enough games to kind of,
yeah.
If we're really including 6 people in playoffs, it's enough. Bro Rush, you would have been in Group B.
Oh yeah, that too. So for these 10-person groups, we are probably going to go with like a 6-person playoff then, right? And seed 1 and 2 gets a bye first week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to go.
Which I think then balances out the whole thing of not playing one person from the group type of thing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, 'cause if top 6 goes in, it's such a if you're in the bottom
it's a
4,
wide range.
Yeah.
That one series shouldn't hopefully matter too much. I don't know.
And for the groups of 9, well, the divisions, 8 people move on. The top 4 of each.
The divisions, it'll be top 4 each, I guess.
And then for group
Which is
C,
kind of limiting. There is a lot of people that get cut out.
Yeah.
But they also have slightly higher prize pool, I guess.
It's rough. It's definitely rough. But I don't know. I don't see a way to make move 12 people on, or 10. I mean, you could do 10 and then you have do the bye week thing too. But
yeah, 10 would be.
That would be
awkward.
first seed.
Awkward.
Each side gets a bye
awkward.
then, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Thanks for the
I mean,
follow,
we could do
Colorado.
10. It would just be it'd be like 4th and 5th seeds facing each other, and then after that you'd have 8 people.
No, the wild card match.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Yeah, let's figure. I think it's a lot to go over.
We could just say we'll keep everyone posted, and then
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. And
we'll decide by Monday for sure before games start.
And then we could probably have more information on prize pool stuff if we wanted to, in case people care. I don't know if we like the percentages, I guess. I don't know how much that should matter to people, but we could probably have more finalized numbers now that we know how many groups there are, how many signups there were.
There's technically 8 groups, but 2 of them are divisions, so they're doubled. But knowing there's 10 is still like, it's good to we can figure out the divide at this point. All right, I think it's a wrap. There's a few things we have to sort out still, but other than that, we can already get people in their situated groups on Discord and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Yeah, looks good.
Cool. Well, thanks. Thanks, Pokey, Jedi, Grinchy, Flame for coming on. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in for a 2-hour Warcraft 3 League draft. Stuff's cool.
Yeah. Hopefully people are overall satisfied. I know Lado's a little triggered, but
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, and between me on this channel and Pokey, we'll have most of the games on our channel. Maybe we'll see some Jedi casts. I don't know. Grinchy, I'm sure, will be joining in for co-cast. Jedi joining for co-cast. Maybe Flame and others around the league will have on for co-casts. So we'll see. Muna and Dino, we'll post some more details. We have to do some quick math now that we know how many groups there are.
I could give estimate percentages if he wants, because I kind of have an idea already, but I don't know if we should right now or if I should just make sure it looks good.
Yeah, let's make sure it looks good, and then we can post it kind of with an announcement with all this now.
Yeah.
I think that'd be best. Sweet.